How's it going, everybody? Thanks for sitting in on my speech. Appreciate you guys' time. So my name is Rodney Kavoy. I am a fourth semester student here at HCC, and I'd just like to ask you guys a question before I get started. So, how many of you smoked some weed before you came in here today? Just kidding, don't answer that. But anyways, marijuana and THC use casually or medically is a hot topic today. And but I'm not here to persuade you either way on that topic. I'm just here to give you a little information on THC and hopefully give you maybe a better understanding of how THC affects your brain for when it comes to pain management. So the topics I'm gonna be talking about today is what is THC and what are some of its effects, how the brain interprets pain, and how THC affects the brain. So now that I've previewed that about what I'm speaking, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a little information about THC and what some of its effects are. So tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC as it's better known, was identified during the 60s as the psychoactive component in marijuana. Delta-9 THC and Delta-8 THC are compounds in marijuana that generate its psychoactive effects. The amount of Delta-9 THC in marijuana are considerably greater than that of Delta-8 THC. So the effects caused by marijuana and its byproducts are largely credited to Delta-9 THC. Let's see. THC is produced in the epidermal glands located on the leaves and the stems of the marijuana plant. And although the flower itself does not contain any epidermal glands, it does contain the highest concentrations of cannabinoids within the plant. THC can be ingested in a few ways, smoking it or eating it. Although the effects of smoking it are faster than eating it, because when you smoke it, it goes straight to your bloodstream. When you eat it, it has to go through the digestive system and then into your bloodstream. So some of the effects of THC are dizziness, shallow breathing, red eyes, dilated pupils, dry mouth, amplified appetite, and slowed reaction time. THC is used to alleviate the effects of nausea, vomiting, anorexia caused by diseases such as HIV, multiple sclerosis, cancer, glaucoma, and a bunch of other ailments. So that's the basic makeup of what THC is and some of its effects. Next, I'd like to show you how the brain interprets pain. So that's your brain, and that's some guy who's getting hurt. The pain is interpreted by the brain by what are called peripheral nerves. These nerves spread from your spinal cord through to your skin, your muscles, bones, joints, and internal organs. And most of those nerve fibers end with receptors that are called nociceptors. These receptors sense actual or potential tissue damage, and they're most concentrated in areas that are susceptible to injury, and like places like your fingers and toes. So when these receptors identify a harmful stimulus, they send a message to your brain through electrical impulses from your spinal cord, and that messages are relayed to the brain and are received by 3 different parts of your brain at the same time. The first is the somatosensory cortex, which interprets and pinpoints the pain. So basically, wherever you get cut, that part of your brain says, my finger's cut. Then it goes also to the limbic system, which associates the pain with suffering, so that makes you realize, I'm hurt. And then finally to the frontal cortex, which works to give importance to the message of the pain. This process is basically how your body reacts to pain. So, now that you have a small understanding of how your brain goes through processing pain, I'm going to explain some of the effects THC has on the brain. So, THC, the parts that affect the brain are called cannabinoids. And your brain has two types of cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2. THC attaches to these receptors, which causes the effects of marijuana, smoking it, eating it. That's what causes the effects. Your body also creates cannabinoids naturally, and there's two types. They're called anandamide and 2-AG, or 2-arachidinyl glycerol. THC affects the cannabinoid receptors and the natural endocannabinoid system within your body. And this EC system is located throughout your brain, and that's why THC has so much physical effects. Let's see. The endocannabinoid system in your brain is designed to react to incoming stimulus. THC overwhelms this system and inverts the natural chemicals and functions and disrupts the EC system. Let's see, THC and pain. There have been analyses that show that there are pain-killing or numbing properties in cannabis products and can be used to treat pain caused by multiple sclerosis, HIV, infection, arthritis, cancer, headache, and many other maladies. So that's basically how THC affects your brain. And in summary, this is basically what we went over. I spoke on what THC is and some of its physical effects caused by the cannabinoids. Also, I've discussed how your brain goes about processing and managing pain. Finally, I spoke to you about how THC and cannabinoids affect your brain and how that is linked to pain and pain management. Although this is, once again, a hot topic in our country, my speech wasn't made to persuade you in any ways, just to give you a little information. And I'd like to thank you guys again for sitting in on my speech. I know you guys probably have a busy day, and that's it. Thanks a lot.